Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy. I'm here in Dubai. I'm doing a news segment for my channel, YouTube channel, Da Vinci J15. I've already did a TA segment, which it was pretty brutal, right? Because did not see the bull market that was happening, but we're still not out of the woods. So check that out. My video if you haven't seen that already. Also, wow, the news, right? There's all kinds of positive news and there's some scary news that we're going to be talking about. The positive news, of course, is obviously people buying in the Bitcoin. I'm wondering, right? Because there was a large amount of money that went transferred into the exchanges. And we're going to talk about that connection with what happened on the news a little while ago. So if you're excited about it as I am, right, make sure you sit down and you watch all the way to the end because there's lots of information here in today's episode. And if I provide any financial advice, remember it's not financial, it's financial entertainment. And please do your own research before putting any money in the market. All right, so let's start off right away with crypto bubbles, right? Crypto bubbles. Ooh. Check this out. Oh man, what's this QND? It's like 100%. Nothing really is really up, even though Bitcoin did pump a little bit. A lot of things, float. A lot of alts are just floating around. And we're going to be, we're still buying, we're still shopping for alts. So make sure if you want to buy altcoins and profit from the altcoins, come over to davincij15.com, right? Join us over here, right? And you can actually see what I'm buying in the altcoin space and join us over there. Also, if you want to trade, you could also trade as well, right? And you could trade also, make sure you collect your bonus at Bybit by heading over to bybit.davincij15.com. Okay. First news of today is Andreessen Horowitz announces the largest fund ever at 2.2 billion, adding a big name advisors like former SEC FinCorp director Bill Hinman. Wow, oh my goodness. And then you can see the big names, right? If you scroll down here, you can see the big names that are joining into this particular fund. This is going to be huge, and they're going to actually get more money, obviously, adding into this. And what I found interesting is that about approximately $2 billion moved into all the exchanges just before, this happened. This little, oh my God, we're going down, and boom, up we went. Okay. Since these guys can't buy up markets, this is as down as they're gonna get, right? They're thinking, this is as down as we're gonna get. They might be wrong, right? But it doesn't matter if they're looking for a longer term, right? It doesn't matter if they buy $2 billion worth of $2.2 billion and then it goes down to 20K. It doesn't matter to them. They're here for the long term, and they're going to hold and probably get some more cash to buy some more Bitcoins should you opt to give them. Because the majority of Bitcoin are is only sold by individuals. And it's the only way that these guys over here can get it, right? So hold on to your Bitcoins. Don't give it to these guys. They will gladly take them. Thank you very much. If you try to outsmart the market by selling your Bitcoins today and buy them back at 25K. Is it possible? Yes, the probabilities are there that it's possible that we still go down to 25K or lower. However, are you willing to accept the losses should it go the other way? Because whilst there's a 70%, I'm estimating there's a 70% chance that we're going down, there's a possibility, nothing's guaranteed. There's still a 30% chance that we head up here, which will flip the script real fast. So you have to accept that loss should you short here. So you sell here, you have to buy back up here. Do you want to do that? Do you want to? And if you're not feeling ready to do that, right? As just as you're ready to sell it here and buy down at 25K, you got to be ready for both scenarios. If you're not ready for both scenarios, then you shouldn't do any either. Alrighty. Let's move on to Citigroup launches a digital assets units with the wealth management division. So Citigroup, that another guy's trying to do investments in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, altcoins. They're not going to stick to just Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're going to be sticking to all kinds of altcoins, all kinds of cryptocurrencies, and yeah, probably even NFTs. So yeah, this whole space is about to go thermal in the next 6 to 8 months. Absolute scary thermal. And this is the base. This is like the what's it called? How would I best describe it? It's just like when fundamental analysis, when you have fundamental information like this, it's just building up for the explosive move that's coming in the future. Whew. Wow. Can't wait to see it, man. It's going to be epic. Oh, NYDIG and the second quarter to enable Bitcoin trading for 18 million US bank customers. Wow. So these guys are obviously providing, probably access to, I don't know, probably derivatives trading. Who knows? I'm wondering if they're going to actually sell actual Bitcoin. Would have to look closer at this under a microscope to really find out. But the New York Digital Investments Group has partnered with Q2, a firm specialized in providing digital services to financial institutions to provide access to Bitcoin for bank account holders in the United States. So that's great. That's great. I'm wondering if you'll be able to transfer those Bitcoins to yourself, because if you can, it's a derivative, right? If you can't transfer it out, it's a derivative, 100%. Because just do this, right? If you go to your bank and ask for silver certificates, they'll sell it to you. They'll sell you silver certificates. You could buy every single ounce of silver on the planet with silver certificates, right? And they'll have it, right? But try to take possession of the silver and they'll tell you no, right? So that's what's going to happen with Bitcoin, right? They'll have an unlimited supply of Bitcoin derivatives for you to buy. And if you want billions of Bitcoins, they'll give you billions of Bitcoins, no problem, because it's a derivative. And it doesn't matter that they're going to take a loss on the other side of the bet, because remember what the situation is. If they go down, they get bailed out. Everyone's too big to fail in the financial system, so they don't care. They can't take any loss. They're not going to take any losses. They'll just print the money to cover anything that for some strange reason, Bitcoin goes higher, right? It's not a problem for them. But besides, it's going to be a little difficult for it to do that if all your money is going towards a derivative. All right, so another set of good news. Hopefully, this guy wins. NYC Mayor Kander wants to make the city a Bitcoin hub. Right? I promise you, as he says, in 1 year, you're going to see a different city. We're going to become the center of life science, and the center of cybersecurity, the center of self-driving cars, drones, and the center of Bitcoin. We're going to be the center of all the technology. Well, that's just great, Mr. I don't know who you are, but you're probably going to lie on half of this. You're lying on half of this stuff anyways, because that's what you do. But if you happen to keep your campaign promises, if you just happen to keep your campaign promises, you're actually doing the people of New York a huge favor, because a lot of the what's it called, the Democrat, what's it called, the Republican, not Republican, but the what's it called, Democrats and Democrats have destroyed all businesses. So many people have left New York. So much business and technology and brains power has left New York because of Democrats and them hating on businesses and people trying to make a living. And so they've decided, okay, we out. And so, yeah, it's time for that. It's a change of direction, because that will destroy a city or a state or a nation. So make sure that hopefully that they do. Let's just see if they do make some changes. Okay, like changes like El Salvador. El Salvador is going to airdrop $30 to everybody, all citizens in El Salvador, with their particular wallet. That's incredible. Bitcoin airdrop. That's wow. So this will that will stimulate the economy of Bitcoin in their region, and then that will increase the exposure of people, the amount of people that are going to have access to Bitcoin by maybe 2%, maybe 1%, because not everybody's going to bother doing it. So let's just say half of the population does it, because I'm sure, you're not going to throw away $30, especially if you're poor, right? Wow, that will begin an interesting set of dynamics that I would like to see play out. I'm going to follow this as this happens over time. So check this out in my links in the description below. Okay. Oh boy, Binance Finance Watchdog (FCA) bans cryptocurrency exchange, right, in the UK. This is a prelude, right, to what I was talking about when I was talking about hyperinflation coming to a theater near you, and they flip your currency to local currency, your foreign currency to local currency, and they flip your Bitcoin to local currency. If an exchange is not controlled by the government and Binance is not following the rules that they want, Binance leaves, because they're not I believe in, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that the Binance International, as long as they're not a specific Binance for your country, like in Binance USA, they will not flip your currency to local. I think that will be the case for Binance and probably Bittrex, but I don't trust them. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And the reason why I don't trust Bittrex is because they've been harassing me over and over and over again to do KYC when I've already done it several times. It's just ridiculous. But that's just what they want to do. So they want to harass their customers. They're going to lose their customers, and that's why it used to be my majority of my money used to be on what's it called, Bittrex, but now it's not, because they want to be nasty about it. Why should I work with you, right? I mean, we've already did this KYC dance 4 times, and now you want to do it a 5th time? Come on. And it's not even I have a lot of money on there. I have less than, I average move less than half a Bitcoin a month on that, way less than half a Bitcoin a month onto that exchange through my Pandora's wallet. And it's ridiculous. But that's how they're playing. That's how I let it go. We'll let them play, right? So yeah, so watch out for that. So you see this happening in Ontario, one of the biggest provinces in Canada, and they're pulling out. Binance is pulling out because I think they're going to do the exact same thing in Canada, right? They're going to flip your currency once we go through hyperinflation. They're going to flip any foreign currency to the local Canadian dollars in order to strengthen it up. Of course, you know, the governments will be on the other side of that buy table, right? So they'll be gladly taking your foreign assets and converting it to their local currency, to your local currency for your protection. So look out for that. Make sure that you do not become a victim by using a VPN, hiding who you are, transferring onto exchanges that are outside your current jurisdiction, because governments are not nice. Just so you know, they're not nice. I don't know if you've noticed that, but they're not. Oh boy. Well, that's why you have to have some Bitcoin. You have to hold some Bitcoin in your hands. Don't just leave it on an exchange. Leave the majority in your hands, because you just don't know if the exchange might even get hacked and lose those Bitcoins, because that's an inevitability sometime in the future. Don't know when, but we know it's coming. So remember, Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Cheers.